So most of the last year, I've started going around to schools in Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and I've started going to elementary schools and talking about my children's book, Barney and Lexi, Lost in Lawrenceville. And it's been phenomenal facing that fear. But I ran into something here that really challenged me in the last few weeks. And it was, I had the opportunity to go to a local school around me. And I was presented with some questions that I hadn't been presented at other schools. And what it all came down to was to do this school, I I had to be able to guarantee that, let's say every kid wanted a book that comes to my presentation, right? Okay. Every kid had to be guaranteed they could have a book that day if they brought the money and wanted a book for $7. Okay. Now for $7, they're buying the book. I'm not making a single penny. I'm not making a dime off of Barney and Lexi. I really, really wanted to do this school. It means a lot to me to be able to go to this school and introduce all of these kids to Barney and Lexi. But I had to take a risk, right? I had to ask the principal. I said, "So how many children are we talking?" He said, "Probably around somewhere around 200 kids." And oh my gosh, 200, 180, 200 kids. Okay. Life was giving me the chance to take it to the next level or stay where I was at. Without even thinking, I told the principal, "I'll do what I've got to do to get your approval to let me bring Barney and Lexi into your school. If you can guarantee that you have enough books for the kids to all have, we'll work something out." I got the school, by the way. I'm going. And I took one heck of a major risk. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, 200 books, $7 a book. You do the math. Um, I said, "Levi, if you do this, you just got your card paid off. You're going to put all this back on it." And then it said, "Levi, if you don't do this, you're going to regret it." So I started asking some people that were really close to me, and it was about 70-30. 70% of the people were telling me, "You can't take that risk, man. You can't. I mean, if you don't sell 50% only at this presentation to these students, you're still left with 50% that you're stuck with." But 30% of the people I talked to were friends who are very successful. They're entrepreneurs, business owners, uh, speakers, entrepreneurs, and they all asked me the same thing. They said, "Are you going to regret this if you don't do it?" I said, "Yeah, I'll regret it." "Will you be content?" I said, "No. I'll feel like I've given up on myself and I've given up on the children that I want to reach." And they all said, "Then you know what you've got to do." I had one friend look at me and say, "Look at Michael Jordan. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. Look at Oprah Winfrey. Look at people who were told, 'You're taking too much risk. You can't do it.' You might be in the same situation. To get to the next level towards the success that you want, I I really believe that you have got to take risks, you know. And here's the risk that I take. I'll show you right now. Those two boxes right there are over 200 books come in from Amazon today. Crazy to 70% of the people? Yeah. To me, no. Because if I sell at least half of those, they're books. I can go to libraries, do book signings, sell 15 or 20 books per book signing, do a few of those. It's hustle, it's work, but I can make it back. And then some people say, but you're going to do this signing and you're not going to make a penny. In fact, you're going to pay for the sales tax because you're paying for it instead of the school. You can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. Yeah, sometimes I don't have supper to eat because there's nothing in my fridge and I have no money. So I made the decision. I went for it. As soon as I went for it, a major news company from northern Indiana contacted me, said, hey, we'd like to come down and do a story on what you're doing with all these kids at all these schools. Because I took a chance, I was rewarded with something I didn't even see coming. Next Friday, which is the 24th, I'm going to this school. I'm taking my new posters that's back here. I'm taking the books. I believe a newspaper is going to be there. The news station's going to be there. It's going to be Facebook Live on Levi Fox on Facebook, on LB Fox. And the sky is the limit. It could be the very moment that I look back as what turned the tide versus the regret that I'll always have. And the reason I tell you this, you can do it. Not all risks are going to sink you. A lot of times the risks are up here. We talk ourselves out of it before we even look into it. If I had said no, I wouldn't be going to this school. The news station wouldn't be coming down. There would be nothing. The paper wouldn't be coming to cover me. No Facebook Live event. Because of risk. Risk. It's awesome. Crazy to some. To successful people, it's part of becoming success. If you're tired of the 9 to 5 or the 11 to 7, if you're tired of working for somebody else, if you're going to work and you're spending the entire drive there trying to figure out a reason to not go, find what you're passionate about and jump. Take a risk. If you're willing to hustle and you're willing to work to cover your rear end after you take that jump, even if you fall short, learn from it and keep going, and you'll get there. It's just been almost a year now since I made this first jump and left my old life behind. I've gotten onto YouTube. I've gotten onto Twitter. My Facebook views have gone up. My blog views have gone way up because I'm out there working for it. And I've learned to look at fear as a reward in the waiting. It's like with these books. So if you're putting something off just because you're afraid or because somebody else is telling you that you can't do it or you're stupid or whatever it is, your critic's words will fade. Your dream won't. Do I have any money? No. But right now, it's not about money. I want to reach kids. The money will come because I'm doing it from the heart. The most successful people were willing to start doing things for nothing, and they build into something. Some of the most successful people in the world will tell you that. Whatever you're wanting to do, just do it. Don't give up. And I've got to actually get back to work. My lunch hour is over, so take care.